How's it going, guys? So I've been talking for months now, since last year when I made my Sonic 30th anniversary video where I complained about the lack of news in 2020. Perhaps that was unreasonable because it wasn't actually the 30th anniversary year, but I thought things were going to kind of just start to gear up in 2020. Kind of fell flat. They renounced some merchandise. We've talked about this in the past, but now, for the first time, we are getting news on a new Sonic game. But of course, it can't be in the typical way, with an official announcement by Sega or Sonic Team, not even a tweet on Twitter. Instead, we find out some leaked news through Twitter. We've got IGN reporting on this. A few other sites have. But of all things, as you see in the headline here, how do we find out that Sonic Colors is being remastered? A great Sonic game. I've talked about it before. If you go and you look at my most recent Sonic video, the top 10 levels of all time, I talked about Sonic Colors. I talked about it being one of the most underrated Sonic titles of all time. But here we go, Sonic Colors Remaster leaked by VoiceOver Studio. And it's not, a VoiceOver studio that's even well known. It's a German VoiceOver studio. So you read the article here and you find out exactly what's going on. A remaster of Sonic Colors has been seemingly leaked by a German VoiceOver studio, as discovered by Twitter account Gum Kupo, and it's like separated by this weird line here. Like, who is this guy? You never even heard of him. He has like 300 followers. How is this guy even finding out about this? German voiceover studio, Ich Sample, if I'm saying that correctly. I've never heard of them before in my life. Apparently, they do German voiceovers for games, and in this case, a Sonic game that happens to be Sonic Colors and the Remastered Edition. They had a listing for Sonic Colors Remastered detailing that the studio worked on localization for the game in December 2020. You can see in the tweet below a screenshot from the listing, although since that posting, Example have removed the page from its website because, of course, it's got to be just as hard as possible to find news about this. So, we've got a sample tweet here, I guess, from when it was still live. I don't understand this. I mean, it links you here. This is the link, but if you go on Twitter, it's still there because he took a photo. So, it's not much. I've already looked at this prior. This is all you get. Sonic Colors Remastered. The date, December 20th, like they just said. Category, game localization, side, Sega. I mean, like I said, I don't even know how this guy found out about this. Why does it always have to be this weird? Like, the news is trickling in. We're already 4 months into 2021, which is Sonic's 30th anniversary. And even though it's not the anniversary month, you would usually find out about this kind of stuff within the year that it's happening. I don't know why they're being so weird. People are making excuses for them and saying, COVID this, pandemic that. It doesn't matter. No other, game series has had any trouble, or any other developer or company has had any, problem. Like, they didn't have a problem announcing Mario's 35th anniversary. They had no trouble with that. So I don't know why this is like such a hurdle. It's like they love just torturing Sonic fans. That's another great example right here. If you want to find out about something like Assassin's Creed, it's so easy to find news on that. You could just find it in an instant. It's like always in your face. There's always a new sequel. But here, we're waiting around for new Sonic news, and it's like impossible. We have to rely on some German dubbing studio and some random ass guy on Twitter just having to post something. And, IGN's putting the spotlight on them. Not like they're credible, but you see that there is something here. And it doesn't stop there. There's a little bit more proof. If we go over here they talk about additionally French games retailer So Gamely currently features a pre-order page for Sonic Colors Ultimate for PS4. So you see, this thing is probably going to be multi-platform. I can't just see it being for the PS4. And here you go. It looks weird as hell. I don't know who this website's web designer is, but it's absolutely pathetic. I mean, look, it's hideous. And it says it's sold out. So the pre-orders, have they started? I mean, it hasn't even been officially announced yet. It's weird, to say the least. I mean, it goes without saying that this is extremely odd and surprising. So, I don't really know what to say here, but, I'm not complaining. This is going to give Sonic Colors a wider audience. I'm happy. I would like to get a nice announcement. Perhaps we're going to get it at E3, even though E3 is irrelevant. It's still going to be nice to find out. And I would like to know the new games, but Sonic Colors Remastered, this is something that I didn't even know that I wanted, but I think that this is an astounding idea, because this is a game that, as I said, it was underrated because it was on the Wii, and even though the Wii was the best-selling console of its generation, alongside the Xbox 360 and the PS3, unlike Sonic Unleashed, which was also on the Wii, that was also on PS3 and 360, and Sonic 06, that was a game that was on the PS3 and the Xbox. Some people might think that's a bad example, so let's talk about generations. I mean, that's something that was on the PS3 and on the 360, and they even did a version of the game for the DS, for the 3DS. So, everyone has mostly had Sonic and experienced it on a multi-platform type of basis. But with Sonic Colors, for some reason, they decided we're just going to release it just for the Wii, and I think that kind of narrowed the audience a bit, and maybe that's why not as many people experienced it, because not everyone just had a Wii. They were like me, they also had a 360 alongside it, so some people played it, others didn't. They might have ignored it in favor of the multi-platform Sonic games, whatever the case may be. This was already a beautiful looking game, and with a remastered fresh coat of paint on it, it is going to be breathtaking. I already know I won't disappoint. It'll be very hard for them to disappoint with a remastered game like this. But to tell you the truth, I would actually prefer this to a Sonic Adventure remaster. I don't really think that that's totally necessary. Because, we've played the adventure games 1,000 times and everything, and I went back and I played them recently. When I went back to play Colors again, now, truth be told, I haven't played Colors through as many times, but I think it's a better time. I think it's a better made game. I think that there's better game mechanics in it. I also like that it's a simplified story. This came at a time when people were kind of pissed about Unleashed. They didn't like, turning into the werehog. This was a little bit more of a digestible story. Eggman was enslaving the Wisps. These are also creatures that you use in the gameplay, where you get to transform into different things. And a lot of people also didn't like this. I think it's kind of a little bit more segmented. A smaller minority don't really like this gameplay mechanic, but I absolutely loved it. I like the transformations. I think that they're well implemented in the way that they don't get in the way, and you still get to experience the great boost gameplay that was still very new at the time to the series. They also really put more of an emphasis on the 2D platforming, which made its return in Sonic Unleashed, but as I said, they amplified it a bit more. There's more sections, and you get a nice mix of kind of bringing modern Sonic and classic Sonic together, and you have astounding level design. Some of these locales are just so amazing and aesthetically pleasing. I've talked about Aquarium Park. It's my favorite level in the entire game. You have Sweet Mountain, which is full of lollipops and cakes. It's like it's made out of food. It's crazy, and there's also some like industrial elements to it, as Eggman is, you know, building upon this mountain, trying to turn it into a base of sorts. And then you have the Starlight Carnival, which is just a trippy as fuck level. It's amazing to look at. I mean, it will dazzle your eyes. So this is just going to be a very exciting remaster. Now, of course, that this is a game that it was not in HD when it was released. It was actually in standard definition. It was on the Wii, and you could like upscale the game in HD with the necessary peripherals, kind of like how I'm showing it to you here in this video. But it's gonna be really great to see this game look its best, because it was already a good looking game even when it wasn't in HD. This is one of the best looking 3D Sonic games. It may not be as good looking as Unleashed. That game is, you know, puts you on the floor with its visuals. But for the Wii and its limited hardware, as limited graphics, this was really amazing to look at back in the day, and it still is pretty pleasing to my eye, at least. So, yeah, guys, I'm pretty excited for this. I can't wait to hear about the new games, but as far as remasters, you know, this is a really weird way to look at it. I can't kind of get over, like, the way how we have to kind of, like, dig like we're archaeologists trying to find, you know, something about a 30th anniversary that Sega should be, quite frankly, overjoyed to share news about, but they're like kind of shy. I don't know why they're being so secretive about this. I just find it to be a little bit odd. I don't mean to go on and on about it on this channel, but I just think it's a little weird, to say the least. But anyway, guys, I hope you all enjoyed the video. Please subscribe if you haven't already. Click the bell so you get all the notifications when I post all my new videos. And I want to thank all my patrons for your continued support. And thanks again, guys. I'll see you next time.